Hello YouTube, it's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another random review. This time I'm reviewing a 2003 sequel to one of the worst infamous Disney movies of the late 90s. Not a remake, by the way. And this is actually what I wanted from a live-action adaptation of a classic 80s cartoon, Inspector Gadget 2. Screw the first movie. I hated the first movie. I saw it when I was 14 on VHS, and I hated every second of it. Disrespectful to the cartoon, unfunny, really forced adult jokes, and it fell flat for me. This one, on the other hand, was a huge improvement. You got, it basically has the spirit of the cartoon. French Stewart is a much better gadget than Matthew Broderick. You have G2, who's a new cool character that was not in the cartoon, but she's a character that's so cool that she would be in. She looks like she would fit in the cartoon. Penny's not worthless in this movie. She's played by a better actress, Caitlin Watch. Watches. She does a better job as Penny. She's smart and she uses brain to figure out the clues to Claw's plot, to steal a ruby and a laser and this other thing to shoot a laser into Riverton, so to make everybody frozen so he could steal money and gold. It's a simple plot like that would be in the cartoon. The effects are way better. The film is longer. The first movie was like 70 minutes long. They cut a lot of stuff out and the editing was so bad. And there were too many characters in that movie. Here they kept it simple. You got Elaine Hendricks as G2. She's a great robot. She's cool. She's a memorable character. Very likable. She doesn't play a bitch like in every other movie she does. D.L. Hughley is the only actor that comes back from the first movie as the voice of the Gadget Mobile. This movie's budget was $12 million, and it was much better. I can actually see what was going on. The effects didn't look like a bad early 90s movie. And also, unlike the first film, which is a serious and darker tone and received a PG rating, and it didn't even need that because it's not dark now. By today's standards, it's no Dark Knight or the Batman anyway. The second one got a G rating and is considered a more faithful adaptation of the series. Yes, that's what I loved about it compared to the first one. It's faithful. It doesn't pretend like the cartoon never mattered. The characters' personalities were altered to be in more line with their counterparts, as Dr. Claw's face is never shown, which is how it was. Gadget and Claw are never referred to as John Brown or Sanford Skolex, which again, where the hell did that come from? That was never in the cartoon. Their respective civilian names from the first film, though Claw's communicator is still labeled as Skolex Industries, but it doesn't matter. We don't mention that. Claw also reveals to his minions all of his assets, including his multi-million-dollar high-rise evil headquarters. Were confiscated by the police following his arrest in the previous movie. The film received mixed reviews, but mix is better than being panned. I'll tell you that much. And although its reception slightly improved over the first movie, yeah, because it's not the first movie, and I didn't need it to be the first movie. I want to forget that first movie even happened. This was much funnier, it's sillier, it's longer, the actors are actually giving a shit. I just heard the commentary from the cast and the director, and they had fun working on this movie in Australia. Normally I'm not a fan of seeing films in other countries, but hey, I have a friend from Australia, Liam, so it's fine for what it is. The rest of the cast, a bunch of Australian actors. You got Mark Mitchell as Chief Quimby, Sigrid Thornton as Mayor Wilson. You got Bruce Spence as Baxter, who's a good actor. There's two actors from the prequels in this movie. You have the old lady that was in the library in Attack of the Clones, and then you have Bruce Spence was that alien with the crooked teeth in Revenge of the Sith and Utapau. He says, "There's no war here unless you brought it with you." At least he's memorable. I remember this character. I don't remember the foot in the first movie or Jodie Fisher's character. There are two characters she played, or the freaking villain. Yeah, I just want to forget about it. Also, Mungo McKay. He's the bartender. Yeah, I remember him from another movie I saw. What was another movie he did? Undead. Yeah, from 2003, same year. That's why he was only in a cameo here. And like I said, it's a cleaner looking film. It's a much lighter film. There's no blood in it. It doesn't get overly dark. The cartoon was never overly dark. It was a silly cartoon from the 80s. It was a joint production of American, Canadian, and Japanese people. So it actually worked. and it was part of my childhood. That first movie that was nothing like that. This was more my speed. This is more what I wanted. It's not flawless. Like I said, some of the effects are not are a little bit dated. I wish the Gadget Mobile had more to do in the movie. They do use it. I mean, a couple of times. Also, the film is there's some dated references in there, because there's product placement. Every Disney movie usually has product placement in live action. There's McDonald's, Apple, and a couple of CRTVs. But yeah, there's some dated technology in it. But compared to the movies from now, like Jungle Cruise, this is way better. It's shorter. It knows what it is. It doesn't have to beat you over the head with agendas. And there's a female lead in this movie that's not a freaking Mary Sue character. She can do these amazing things because she's a machine. So it makes freaking sense, Disney executives. But anyway, yeah, the movie's fun. If you've never seen if you hated the first one, see this one. It's a huge improvement. It's way better. It's more like the cartoon. And, I recommend watching it. It's on Disney Plus, so you can watch it for free there if you have a Disney Plus subscription. It's the Gadget movie I needed after that god-awful 1999 movie, which was nothing like the first movie. And at least this movie, was fun to watch. It made me laugh, and, French Stewart's a much better actor in this than Matthew Broderick was in the first movie. And Alexander did a good job. He also directed other movies. He did My Date with the President's Daughter, an underrated Disney Channel movie. Tooth Fairy 2, no, we can disregard that. Dr. Dolittle, $1 Million Mutts. I just saw that movie. I'm going to review it. Snow, I like the first Snow movie. So he's a hit and miss director, but I do like a lot of his stuff compared to people like J.J. Abrams and Michael Bay recently, and freaking like Guy Ritchie and a bunch of these hack directors that don't know how to make a good movie anymore. He's hit and miss, but his last movie was that god-awful Under Wraps remake. But again, not his fault. That was Disney's fault for remaking it. But I like what he did with this Gadget movie. And he's a much better director than a lot of these foreign directors they make movies way too long. This movie's only 88 minutes long. 88, not 188. 88 minutes. It's a breeze to get through. You won't be in pain. And it's a lot better than the first one. So that's all I can ask for. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. That's my review of Inspector Gadget 2, the superior sequel. It's better than the first movie in every way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.